and Wesley Snipes was going crazy, and he wouldn't come out of his trailer, and he would only answer to the name.
Wesley Snipes, once the reigning king of action-packed blockbusters, was the face of Hollywood's biggest hits throughout the 1990s and early 2000s. Renowned for his intense martial arts skills and unforgettable roles in films like Blade and Passenger 57, Snipes brought a unique energy to the screen that few could match. His combination of charisma and athleticism made him a standout performer. However, after a series of personal and legal battles, Snipes seemed to vanish from the limelight, leaving fans to wonder what had truly happened to this iconic action star. Now, at 62, Wesley Snipes is finally breaking his silence and addressing the long-standing rumors surrounding him. What secrets has he been holding back, and what really caused his sudden disappearance? Stick around as we unravel the shocking truths he's revealed. Before we dive into the swirling rumors about Wesley Snipes, let's take a moment to explore his incredible journey from a young boy with big dreams to the action star we all know today. Born on July 31, 1962, in Orlando, Florida, Wesley Trent Snipes experienced a tumultuous childhood when his parents, Marion and Wesley Rudolph Snipes, divorced shortly after his birth. This life-changing event forced young Wesley to navigate the lively, and sometimes rough, streets of the South Bronx in New York City, a stark contrast to his sunny beginnings in Florida. Despite the challenges of growing up in the Bronx, Wesley discovered his passion for the performing arts early on. By the time he was just 12 years old, he was already performing in an off-Broadway production called The Me Nobody Knows. His love for acting was undeniable, but he also found another passion: martial arts. Starting at the age of 7, Wesley trained vigorously and excelled in various disciplines, earning impressive accolades, including a 5th-degree black belt in Shotokan Karate and a 2nd-degree black belt in Hapkido. He also mastered other forms of martial arts, such as Kung Fu and weaponry. From 1975 to 1977, Wesley attended the prestigious High School of Performing Arts in New York City, where he dove deep into acting, dance, and music. The fast-paced city fueled his dreams, but life took another turn when his family moved back to Orlando. The quiet, laid-back atmosphere of Florida felt worlds away from the Bronx's vibrant energy, and Snipes initially struggled to adjust. Yet, he didn't let that deter him. He quickly involved himself with the drama department at Jones High School, reigniting his passion for performing. Wesley wasn't your average high school student. He sought creative ways to make extra money. He joined a local drama troupe called Struttin' Street Stuff, where he performed puppet shows in parks and schools. He even challenged himself by taking on a one-man show, playing the role of Puck in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. His powerful performance earned him an award, solidifying his status as a rising star. After graduating from Jones High, Wesley knew he wanted to pursue acting further. He enrolled at the State University of New York at Purchase, where he immersed himself in theater, honing his craft and showcasing his undeniable talent in various productions. So, what was the turning point that catapulted Wesley Snipes from a talented kid in drama school to one of Hollywood's biggest stars? Wesley Snipes faced a tough start in the competitive world of showbiz. When he first entered the scene, critics were not exactly kind. Nevertheless, there was something about Snipes that couldn't be ignored. His natural athleticism, combined with a magnetic presence, allowed him to stand out in a crowded field. In 1985, Wesley made his Broadway debut in The Boys of Winter, a significant stepping stone for his career. His performance caught the attention of many, leading to roles in TV commercials and regional theater productions. The real game-changer came when a casting agent noticed him at a talent competition, marking the moment that opened doors to wider opportunities. The following year, Snipes landed his first film role, playing a rebellious football player alongside the iconic Goldie Hawn in Wildcats. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a long partnership with actor Woody Harrelson, with whom he would share the screen 2 more times in the future. In that same year, Snipes co-starred in Streets of Gold, portraying an up-and-coming boxer in a film directed by future studio executive Joe Roth. As his star continued to rise, what truly set Wesley Snipes apart was his unforgettable role in Michael Jackson's Bad Music video. In a powerful portrayal of a gang leader, Snipes faced off against Jackson in an intense standoff that left a lasting mark on pop culture. Director Spike Lee later remarked that Snipes was so convincing in his role that Michael Jackson must have been scared to death. Imagine making such a significant impact in just one music video. The extended version of Bad, directed by none other than Martin Scorsese, showcased Snipes' character as he squared off against Jackson, only to be danced into submission in a scene that became iconic and firmly established Snipes on Hollywood's radar. However, as with many careers, the journey was not without its ups and downs. Snipes soon hit a dry spell, during which he took on various jobs to make ends meet, from therapeutic massage to parking cars. Just when it seemed like the momentum had slowed, a phone call changed everything. This was not just any call. It was from Spike Lee, who had become a fan of Snipes' talent and offered him a role in his groundbreaking film, Do the Right Thing. As Wesley Snipes moves forward in his career, he reflects on the challenges he faced and the lessons he learned along the way. He has hinted at new projects and collaborations that might reignite his presence in Hollywood. As fans eagerly await his next steps, one thing is clear: Wesley Snipes' story is far from over. The action star is ready to share his journey, confront the past, and embrace the future with the same intensity and passion that first captured our hearts. Stay tuned as we uncover more about Wesley Snipes and the revelations he has in store for us, promising to shed light on a career filled with remarkable highs and daunting lows. The shocking truths he's ready to reveal may change everything we thought we knew about this legendary actor. Wesley Snipes had his sights set on a much bigger vision than simply settling for a minor role in the entertainment industry. Instead, he shifted his focus towards a career-changing opportunity that came in 1989 when he landed the role of the fast-talking, base-stealing Willie Mays Hayes in the hit comedy Major League. This film not only became a box office success, but also provided Snipes with the critical boost his career desperately needed. But what would be his next significant move? How did Snipes navigate the transition from a rising star to an action icon? Stick around, you'll want to hear this journey. Snipes' monumental break came when he collaborated with renowned director Spike Lee in the iconic 1991 film Jungle Fever. In this film, Snipes portrayed a man caught in a complicated interracial relationship, delivering a performance that was both powerful and emotionally charged. Critics lauded his raw and authentic portrayal, marking a turning point in his career where he could no longer be overlooked. This wasn't just another role. It was a performance that demanded a level of depth and complexity that Snipes delivered with remarkable skill. One can't help but ponder, was this the defining moment of his career? However, Snipes wasn't done making waves. In the same year, he took on yet another career-defining role in New Jack City, where he played the chilling and calculating narcotics lord, Nino Brown. This role was notably written with Snipes in mind, and he executed it with an intensity that left audiences captivated. The film became a massive box office hit, revitalizing the urban crime genre and solidifying Wesley's reputation as an actor capable of dominating the screen with both charisma and menace. The 1990s truly marked a golden era for Snipes, with his career only continuing to ascend. In 1998, he reached new heights with the release of Blade, a groundbreaking film based on the Marvel Comics character. Blade was unlike anything Hollywood had seen before, a unique blend of action, horror, and comic book lore. Snipes portrayed a half-vampire, half-human hero who hunted down supernatural foes with an unmatched style and strength. The film raked in over $150 million worldwide, and Snipes' portrayal became a cultural phenomenon. It's fascinating to consider how different the landscape of action films might be without Snipes as Blade. But what's even more remarkable about Wesley is his versatility as an actor. He didn't limit himself to action and crime films. In 1997, Snipes delivered a stunning performance in One Night Stand, which earned him the prestigious Best Actor award at the Venice Film Festival. This intimate drama showcased a more vulnerable and layered side of the actor. This was followed by other memorable performances, including his touching role in The Water Dance in 1992 and the unforgettable comedy To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything. Julie Newmar in 1995, where Snipes played a drag queen, proving his ability to navigate any genre with ease. By the time the decade drew to a close, Wesley Snipes had become a household name, and his star power was undeniable. In 1998, he was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, a true testament to his significant impact on the film industry. As the new millennium dawned, Wesley Snipes found himself navigating a whirlwind of challenges, coupled with moments of personal triumph. After the massive success of the Blade trilogy, which culminated with Blade, Trinity in 2004, Snipes' career took a sharp turn. What should have been a period of building upon his action hero fame turned into a tumultuous time filled with legal battles and financial setbacks. In 2006, Snipes faced one of the most significant blows to his career when he was convicted of tax evasion. This was no minor setback. The sentence was harsh, a 3-year prison term that not only derailed his career, but also cast a shadow over his entire future in Hollywood. It's hard to imagine being at the peak of your career, only to have it come crashing down due to legal troubles. For an actor who once dominated the box office, this marked a shocking fall from grace. When Snipes was released in 2013, the burning question on everyone's mind was whether he could stage a comeback. True to his resilient nature, he didn't waste any time. Just 1 year after his release, he returned to the big screen in The Expendables 3, reuniting with Sylvester Stallone and joining an all-star cast. This role reminded audiences of his action star roots, sending a clear message that he wasn't ready to fade away just yet. In the years that followed, Wesley Snipes continued to carve out his place in Hollywood, albeit with more diverse roles. In 2019, he starred alongside Eddie Murphy in the biographical comedy Dolomite Is My Name, showcasing his range and comedic timing. He followed this up with Coming to America and True Story in 2021, where he teamed up with Kevin Hart. While his performances in these films were well received, they didn't quite catapult him back to his former status. Fans began to wonder what was keeping him out of the spotlight. Despite these successes, the new millennium has felt quieter for Snipes compared to his prominence in the 20th century. While he's made noteworthy appearances, many have observed that the once larger-than-life action star has become more elusive in recent years. What happened to the Wesley Snipes we all knew? Why has he taken a step back from the limelight? To understand the evolution of Wesley Snipes, it's essential to explore the personal struggles that have shaped his life. His battle to find his identity didn't end with his challenging childhood. In fact, those struggles followed him well into his college years and beyond. When he arrived at the State University of New York at Purchase, he was one of only 4 African-American students in the theater arts department. Imagine how isolating that must have felt, a feeling he likened to mold on white bread. Despite his talent and charisma, fitting into an environment where he felt like an outsider was no easy feat. However, Snipes found a lifeline in the writings of Malcolm X, whose teachings on African-American pride instilled in him the strength and self-worth needed to navigate these confusing times. It wasn't just about surviving. It was about thriving in an environment that wasn't always welcoming. This journey deepened his sense of self and provided direction as he pursued his dreams in acting. During his freshman year, Snipes embraced Islam, finding solace and strength in the faith. This spiritual journey helped him stay grounded, offering a sense of dignity during a time when everything around him felt uncertain. However, 3 years after graduating, he made the decision to leave the faith. He explained that while Islam had provided him with the strength he needed at that time, he was ready to move on and carve his own path. This evolution exemplified Snipes' determination to continually grow, both personally and professionally. Even amidst the struggles of fitting in, Wesley was still fiercely pursuing his dream of acting during college. He auditioned for Beat Street, a movie about breakdancers that Harry Belafonte was producing. Although Snipes didn't land the role, he didn't let the setback deter him. Instead, he viewed it as a valuable learning experience that sharpened his resolve to keep pushing forward. Wesley Snipes' journey through Hollywood is one of resilience, evolution, and remarkable talent. From his breakthrough role in Major League to becoming a cultural icon with Blade, he has navigated the highs and lows of an ever-changing industry. Despite personal and legal challenges, Snipes continues to seek out diverse roles that showcase his extraordinary range as an actor. While the new millennium may have been quieter for him, it's clear that his impact on film and culture remains indelible. As we reflect on Snipes' storied career, it's evident that his journey is far from over. The question remains, what will be the next chapter in the life of this enduring star? Wesley Snipes, despite his undeniable raw talent and charisma, faced a surprising challenge during his college years. Despite his impressive skills and a growing list of experiences, he never secured a lead role in any of the university productions. Can you imagine that a future Hollywood star was overlooked in his own college for lead roles? This rejection fueled Snipes' determination to prove himself and push beyond the limitations that others seemed to place on him. In a bold move, he made the decision to leave college early, fully committed to pursuing professional acting work full-time. It wasn't long before his gamble paid off. Snipes quickly became a sought-after actor, landing roles that showcased his wide-ranging abilities, from straight drama to comedy, even choreography for dance numbers that could steal the spotlight. One of his acting teachers at Purchase College recognized his potential, stating, "He was obviously gifted. He could be extremely funny, deliver straight drama, sing, and even choreograph dance numbers that stopped the show." Snipes was not only a multifaceted performer, he also carried a strong sense of black consciousness that propelled him forward in his career. However, amidst his rising fame, rumors began to swirl. The turning point came after his unforgettable appearance in Michael Jackson's iconic Bad music video in 1987. You would think that being part of such a monumental moment would keep his career on an uninterrupted upward trajectory. But that wasn't the case. For a period, Snipes struggled to find consistent work to make ends meet, taking on jobs as a therapeutic masseuse and valet driver far from the glamorous Hollywood lifestyle typically associated with rising stars. Yet, Snipes' big break was just around the corner. His fortunes shifted when he was cast in HBO's Vietnam War story, which opened the door to an even bigger opportunity: the role of Willie Mae Hayes in the 1989 film Major League. This sports comedy became a massive hit, grossing over $75 million worldwide. It wasn't just a financial success, it solidified Snipes as a name to watch in Hollywood, with audiences buzzing about his comedic timing and charismatic presence on screen. Naturally, following the success of Major League, discussions of a sequel began. However, by that time, Snipes was already experiencing the highs and some of the pitfalls of fame. His co-star Corbin Burnson recalled a moment a couple of years later when he mentioned the upcoming sequel to Snipes. But things weren't always smooth for Wesley, especially as he navigated the pressures of newfound fame. In August 1993, Snipes faced legal trouble when he was arrested in Hollywood for carrying a concealed weapon after a minor motorcycle accident. The weapon in question wasn't just any firearm, it was loaded with hollow-point bullets, which are particularly dangerous. Snipes received a 2-year unsupervised probation and a fine of $2,700. Not long after this incident, in 1994, he found himself in trouble again for leading Florida state troopers on a high-speed chase, zooming at 120 miles per hour on his motorcycle. The chase ended in a crash, and although he received a reckless driving citation, the incident certainly did nothing to improve his public image. Despite these setbacks, Wesley was determined to achieve superstardom. He signed with one of Hollywood's top talent firms, and his agent made it clear that nothing was going to hold him back. However, Hollywood is often unpredictable. Some studio executives expressed reluctance to cast Snipes, with shocking comments stating that his skin was too dark. They even went so far as to say they wouldn't hire anyone darker than Denzel Washington. Undeterred by these prejudices, Snipes was resolute in carving his own path, even if it meant going against the grain. One of the boldest moves of his career was taking on the role of Nino Brown in New Jack City. While many actors might have hesitated to portray a ruthless narcotics lord, Wesley seized the opportunity to showcase his range, and it paid off. New Jack City became one of the most celebrated films of his career, solidifying his status as a leading man in Hollywood. However, the glitz and glamour of fame came with its own set of challenges. While filming White Men Can't Jump in the spring of 1991, Snipes faced a traumatic incident that would shake him to his core. He had borrowed a Mustang from the production company, but someone on set mistakenly reported the vehicle as stolen. That night, he was pulled over by the LAPD in downtown Los Angeles. What should have been a simple misunderstanding turned into a harrowing experience, with Snipes forced to lie face down on the pavement, handcuffed, while an officer pointed a gun at his head. Despite his repeated inquiries, the officers refused to inform him of the reason for his detention. After 2 hours at the police station, he was released, but he later described the incident as the most humiliating experience of his life. This event sparked outrage within the black community, with many of Snipes' peers, including Blair Underwood and Reginald VelJohnson, standing by him and sharing their own experiences of police mistreatment. Black Hollywood rallied around Wesley in support. As time passed, however, some fans began to feel that Snipes was distancing himself from the very community that had supported him. His rare appearances at black events or award ceremonies led to whispers that he was turning his back on those who had cheered for him. As his career progressed, he faced criticism for the roles he was choosing. Some fans were uncomfortable with the interracial romance depicted in Jungle Fever, 1991, but things reached a boiling point by the time One Night Stand was released in 1997, which also featured an interracial relationship. This did not sit well with a segment of his supporter base. Adding fuel to the fire, Snipes made controversial comments in an interview with Vibe magazine in October 1993 regarding his dating preferences. He mentioned that he often found himself surrounded by white people in the entertainment industry, which naturally led him to meet and date more white women. He stated that dating white women was less of a battle, and that he didn't feel the need to prove himself as he did with black women. These comments caused significant backlash, with many feeling that he was implying that black women were more challenging to be with. Wesley Snipes' journey through Hollywood was marked by incredible highs and challenging lows. From being overlooked in college to becoming a sought-after star, his path was anything but straightforward. With resilience, talent, and a determination to succeed, he carved a unique place for himself in the entertainment industry, despite the obstacles he faced along the way. In November 1997, Wesley Snipes stirred controversy by publicly praising his new girlfriend, Donna Wong, an Asian woman. He described their relationship as having a different kind of energy, a comment that deepened the divide between him and some of his black fans. By the time he married South Korean painter and artist Nikki Park in 2003, with whom he shares 4 children, the damage to his reputation had already been done. Film critic Camilo noted that whenever he reviewed a Wesley Snipes movie, he received feedback from viewers who refused to watch his films because of his past remarks. If a movie underperformed, some would even say it served him right for dissing black women. Despite the backlash, Snipes continued to work, taking on unexpected roles, such as his portrayal of drag queen Noxeema Jackson in To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. However, his fans were left wondering what had happened to the man they once admired. Just when skepticism about his career choices began to rise, Snipes made a significant comeback. He took on the role of Blade, a half-vampire, half-human vampire hunter in Blade. Released in August 1998. This film became a game-changer for him, reigniting his career. However, as he returned to the spotlight with Blade, a storm was brewing in the background, one that would change the course of his life forever. Following the success of Blade, Snipes became one of Hollywood's top action stars, particularly after Blade, Trinity. Although the film didn't receive rave reviews from critics, it performed well at the box office. Unfortunately, his resurgence was short-lived. After Blade Trinity, he appeared in a series of films that failed to achieve commercial success. The first disappointment was The Art of War, which flopped both critically and commercially. This trend continued with movies like Zigzag and Undisputed, leading to a downward spiral in his career. The final blow came with Blade Trinity, which, despite its financial success, damaged his reputation in Hollywood. Legal troubles soon followed. Snipes filed a $5 million lawsuit against New Line Cinema and the filmmakers of Blade Trinity, accusing them of breaching his contract as a co-executive producer. He claimed that decisions regarding the director, script, and supporting cast were made without his approval. Additionally, he alleged that director David Goyer made racial comments about him and treated him unprofessionally. Snipes accused New Line Cinema of hiring predominantly white individuals for key roles and failing to give him the screen time he felt he deserved. He even asserted that they still owed him $3 million and did not assist him in securing a tax exemption for filming in Canada. On set, rumors about Snipes' behavior began to circulate. Comedian Patton Oswalt, who worked on Blade Trinity, claimed that Snipes spent most of his time in his trailer, communicating with the crew only through notes and often isolating himself. There were whispers of a physical altercation between Snipes and Goyer, but Snipes denied these claims. Some crew members described him as not being a team player, refusing to assist other actors during scenes unless it was a close-up shot. Others noted that he referred to co-star Jessica Biel as "that girl," instead of using her name. Snipes defended himself, arguing that much of the criticism he faced stemmed from his race, but the damage to his reputation was already significant. Hollywood, known for its ruthless decision-making, began to distance itself from him. Things took a turn for the worse in July 2005 when Snipes was caught traveling with a forged South African passport and was declared an undesirable person. In 2019, Marvel announced a reboot of the Blade series, but chose Mahershala Ali as the new lead instead of Snipes. Although Snipes expressed no bitterness about the decision, it was evident that Hollywood was moving on without him. Back in the 1990s, Snipes was one of the highest-paid actors, earning $10 million per film, along with 10% of the profits. However, as the 2000s approached, his financial troubles began to mount. In 2002, the William Morris Agency filed a claim against him over a $500,000 loan. By 2003, his Florida mansion, purchased for $1.7 million, went into foreclosure and was auctioned off for just $636,000. Snipes contested the sale, claiming the mortgage documents had a forged signature, but the courts ruled against him. The most severe blow to Snipes came in 2007, when he faced accusations of failing to file income tax returns from 1999 to 2004. The government claimed he owed approximately $12 million in taxes and, along with two others, was accused of running a tax fraud scheme. Instead of filing his returns on the estimated $38 million he earned, Snipes attempted to dodge the IRS by sending bizarre letters requesting constitutional protection. He argued that he was merely a client who trusted the wrong people, not the mastermind behind the scheme. Despite his defense, Snipes was convicted of 3 misdemeanors for failing to file his taxes and sentenced to 3 years in prison. He also faced a hefty fine of up to $5 million. Snipes appealed, claiming his sentence was too harsh and that he couldn't receive a fair trial in Florida, but his appeal was rejected. Ultimately, he served 28 months in a Pennsylvania federal prison. Upon his release, the IRS claimed he still owed close to $18 million in back taxes. Frustrated, Snipes filed a lawsuit against the tax agency, alleging they were coming up with arbitrary figures to squeeze more money from him. These ongoing legal battles stalled his career and further tarnished his public image. While he did take on some film roles during this period, his opportunities were limited, and the once bright star of Wesley Snipes had dimmed significantly. When Wesley finally returned to Hollywood after his time in prison, the industry was curious about his future. Could he make a comeback after everything he had endured? Although he hasn't landed the major roles he once did, Snipes continues to work, mostly in smaller, less prominent parts. Interestingly, he has also developed a passion for dance and musical theater, finding more fulfillment in these pursuits than in his film career. In a recent interview, Snipes remarked that while doing movies was enjoyable, it didn't fully satisfy him. "If I had to choose between doing a film or a dance show, I'd choose the dance show every time." Despite the ups and downs, Wesley Snipes continues to navigate life and his career, proving that even after facing some of life's toughest setbacks, resilience can keep you moving forward. His story serves as a reminder that fame can be fleeting, but personal growth and perseverance remain crucial in overcoming life's challenges. Now, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Wesley Snipes and his journey? Share with us in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. And don't leave without checking out the next video that pops up on your screen.